is enough said.
What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day so far, staying positive, staying blessed. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel as we push for 5,000 subscribers. Y'all know the drill. Now let's get ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure, because I feel like I got a good one for you today, you guys. As you know, from a couple days ago, I started a little series, I guess you can say, about positional players. Guards, forwards, centers. It's a 3-part video on who I feel, could best help the Miami Heat rotation and what rotation would fit best. Now, I did a recent video about guards. Today we're going to do part 2, forwards. We're going to talk about a few players, and I know you guys, this may sound a little redundant because I'm going to talk about some players in this episode that I brought up with forwards. And I can't believe I have to say this, but I want to remind some people. I understand that certain players that I used in the guards episode, Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Haywood Highsmith as well, they're not labeled as guards. But remember, you guys, we're in positionless basketball, where players play multiple positions. Jaime Jaquez Jr. plays 3 positions: small forward, power forward, shooting guard. Haywood Highsmith, same thing. You have a lot of players that can play multiple positions. That's why when you look at their icon, they have G/F, which means guard/forward. Some players may not have that, like Haywood Highsmith. He's a small forward, power forward. I think Haywood Highsmith would be perfect as the starting shooting guard. But there are other players that would fit better than him possibly. But Haywood can play the 2. Even though he's a forward, he can play the 2. So I just want to give you guys that little reminder before moving forward, because you're going to hear some names on the forwards list that you might have heard on the guards list. So let's go over a few forwards that the Miami Heat have. You're going to go with their starters last year: Jimmy Butler, Nikola Jovic. The starting small forward, the starting power forward. We also know that Jaime Jaquez Jr., as I mentioned, plays forward. Haywood Highsmith plays forward. Even Kevin Love can play a little bit of the power forward position. Bam Adebayo. We all want Bam to start at the power forward position. So you have a lot of players that you can fluctuate and throw in the forward position. Now, the question is, who's going to be the best piece? My opinion, the optimal lineup that you want as your starting small forward and power forward, in my opinion, it's Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. But we all know that the Miami Heat are going to start this season with Bam Adebayo as the center. A drastic change like that will not be made until maybe mid-season, late season, or possibly next year. Why? Because the Miami Heat drafted Kel'el Ware with the 15th pick this past draft. So we know that Eric Spoelstra is looking to go with Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo moving forward. Whether that's Kel'el Ware starting next to Bam, whether that's him being the primary center off the bench for Bam, is yet to be seen. You also have other guys that can play the position. I named 6 players. So the question is, what would be the best rotation moving forward? You obviously have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Now, chances are, you guys, Bam's not starting at the center. So we're going to take Bam out of this equation for now. Right now, starting the season, I think you're going to see Jimmy Butler and Nikola Jovic. Nikola Jovic has earned the starting power forward position. A lot of people are thinking that Nikola Jovic was going to be a project until year 3. He broke out last year. Now, he didn't have the amazing numbers that we all want, but he did show that when called upon and given the good amount of minutes that he was getting the second part of the season, he can contribute. Nikola Jovic is a guy, in my opinion, can easily give you 10 points a game, about 5 to 6 rebounds, 4 to 5 assists, space the floor with his three-point shooting. I know he can average over 40% from the three-point line. He did it last year. Nikola Jovic is going to be that diamond that we have moving forward. And what I love about Nikola Jovic, you guys, you can place him anywhere. You can put him in the starting lineup. You can have him come off the bench for Bam and Kel'el Ware if you eventually move Ware at the center. I love this big man rotation we're going to have moving forward of Bam Adebayo, Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware, Kevin Love, and you can sprinkle a little Thomas Bryant on there if somebody gets injured. I think that's a beautiful five-man rotation. However, the real question is, who's going to actually contribute in the forward position? What is going to be the rotation? I think guys like Jaime Jaquez Jr. is going to be that Swiss Army knife like I mentioned earlier. What's a Swiss Army knife? A Swiss Army knife is a guy that you can bring off the bench that can cover multiple positions. I think Jaime Jaquez can play any position. There's even sometimes if you want to go really small, you can throw him at the 5, depending on who's out there, of course. You don't want Jaime Jaquez guarding a 7-footer, but that's the way the NBA is today. A lot of times you're going to see power forwards and maybe even guys that can play the small forward playing the center position. It's just little periodic minutes. But the reason why I say that, you guys, is because if you have a starting lineup, let's say, and I think this is going to be the starting lineup. Bam Adebayo, Nikola Jovic, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier. That's your starting 5 rotation. If that's the starting lineup that we're going with, Jaime Jaquez is going to be the 6th man. And when he's the 6th man, he's going to come off the bench for any of those players that are leaving the starting lineup. That's a Swiss Army knife. A guy that you can plug right there whenever somebody you need to come off the bench. Foul trouble, whatever it is. I think that's going to be Jaime Jaquez's role. So the guy that's going to contribute towards the forward position, one name I forgot to mention also, I'm sorry, Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson plays shooting guard, small forward. Haywood Highsmith plays shooting guard, small forward. You're going to see a fluctuation of these guys coming off the bench. Let's not forget you also have Kashad Johnson. You have Josh Christopher. Guys that are waiting in the wings as two-way players. Even Alec Burks can play the small forward position. But in my opinion, you guys, you're going to have Jimmy Butler as the small forward, Nikola Jovic as the power forward, Jaime Jaquez coming off the bench for either of those two players. Haywood Highsmith is going to be the 4th option if Jaime has to come off for Terry Rozier or Tyler Hero. Vice versa, Duncan Robinson. So I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. Who do you think at the forward position is the most obsolete players to go with moving forward? Do you think Jaime Jaquez is better at the guard position? Or do you think he's better coming off the bench for the forwards? It's an interesting question. I really want to hear what you guys think. I know we're in August. I know it's the slow time of the month, but we got to do what we got to do, you guys, to continue to talk Miami Heat basketball. Because you got training camp next month. Preseason, it's almost a month away. I mean, basketball's almost back, you guys, so stay with me. Stay positive. I appreciate y'all that have been riding with me. Don't forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's all stay positive because that's all we can control. And if we woke up today, we're already winning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that's enough said. Yeah, buddy. Let's go.